If you think car prices are insane now, just wait till you hear how the car market became a full-on caricature of itself. Data showing a whopping 17.1% of people financing cars this quarter are paying over $1,000 a month. That's 4 times higher than before the pandemic. And the average new car price? A stomach-churning $48,000. New cars under $30,000 barely exist at 8% of sales. Before the pandemic, cheap cars made up a whopping 38% of sales. But today, a measly 8%. Cars under $20,000 are practically prehistoric at 0.3% of sales. According to analysts, car prices have been spiraling up the insanity chart at a Looney Tune-esque 6.6% per year since 2019, blowing past the standard inflation rate of under 2%. Car shoppers are getting pummeled by price tags on steroids and interest rates high enough to give you vertigo. Normally, higher rates mean lower prices, but not in bizarro car land. What twisted this market into a funhouse mirror of economics? Supply chain snarls have choked off new vehicle production while demand has gone insane. Inventory is drier than the Sahara. Instead of lowering prices to move the few cars available, automakers have shrugged and said, let's just inflate prices till buyers' heads explode. And buyers went, okay, and kept on buying. Now, analysts are left scratching their noggins wondering if prices will ever uninflate, or if we're all just trapped in this twilight car K. Either way, the car market's gone completely cuckoo bananas. Even before the pandemic, people wanted fancier rides. Sedans got replaced by SUVs, and trucks grew to monster sizes. Dealers stocked up on these feature-filled vehicles, spiking prices right as the semiconductor shortage struck. The war in Ukraine poured gasoline on the flaming dumpster fire of supply chain woes. Suddenly, car prices were higher than a giraffe's eyeballs, and interest rates shot up faster than a Tesla on rocket fuel. You'd think sky-high prices and rate hikes would slam the brakes on new car sales, and sales have dropped from 17 million a year pre-pandemic to 15 million now. But that 12% decrease ain't exactly making car makers break a sweat. They're more than making back the lost volume by raking in fat margins on their premium models. In fact, domestic automakers hauled in a whopping $32 billion in the third quarter of 2022, the highest profits since 2016. So while most car buyers are hitting the eject button thanks to today's insane prices, car companies are chilling in the driver's seat laughing all the way to the bank. The rest of us are just left on the sidelines watching this clown car market careen out of control. If you thought car companies were loving this crazy car market, just wait till you hear what their executives are saying behind closed doors. Ford CFO revealed that lower inventory is giving them chances to make permanent changes for higher profits going forward. And Ford CEO said running their business with low supply is good for our company's bottom line. In other words, the supply crisis is raking in cash for automakers, and it's not just car companies profiting. Dealerships saw record profits in 2022 too. On top of sky-high prices, dealers added ludicrous markups, with new vehicle profit margins hitting a whopping 11.5%. If you thought auto dealers were raking in dough hand over fist already, brace yourself because dealership profit margins on new vehicles are now in the laughable loony range of 11.5% for 2022. More than double the 4.9% from 2019. And you'll choke laughing. Vehicle makers actually hate it. It begs the question, if dealers without showrooms like Tesla were the norm, would cars actually get cheaper? Or would automakers just pocket those dealer profits for themselves? The truth is, vehicles, the second biggest expense after housing for most folks, have become downright impossible for regular Joes to afford. The average age is a whopping 13 years because people have no choice but to squeeze every last job from their clunkers instead of jumping into today's crazy car market. But wait, there's more. Even vehicle repairs have shot up a stomach-turning 20% in the past year alone. That's right, those greedy dealers cashing in with insane markups are raking in record dough fixing up old cars too. According to dealers themselves, parts and services make up a massive 44% of their profits. Higher repair bills mean higher insurance costs for all of us. So if you thought sky-high car repair bills and insane car prices would send your insurance rates into orbit, you have no idea. Vehicle repair costs have blasted car insurance rates into the twilight zone, with hikes reaching a mind-boggling 17% so far in 2023 alone. US drivers are now forking over an extra $2,000 every year just to keep their coverage. And that's before rates go interstellar with another projected 4% spike by year's end. Between busted budgets for fixing cars, new car prices, and claims climbing higher than Santa's sleigh, insurance rates are shooting upward faster than a rocket ship. This astronomical price inflation has forced folks to drop insurance coverage just to afford higher rates. In fact, the percentage of shoppers considering full coverage careened off a cliff, plummeting 50% this year alone. If you think today's insane car market is leaving regular Joes in the dust, just wait till you see who's really forking over an arm and a leg to drive off in a new set of wheels. With car prices, interest rates, and insurance costs in the stratosphere, you'd think only 1% could afford to buy a car these days. Yet, the average new car payment is a stomach-churning $700 a month, more than the median full-time income workers bring home. Used cars aren't much better at over $500 a month. In fact, many lenders are slamming the brakes on auto loans, betting borrowers won't be able to choke down these payments. That's a truly terrifying sign. Is the only segment offering somewhat sane prices? Electric vehicles, but separate research shows even EVs remain mostly unaffordable for mainstream buyers. The situation shows no signs of returning to planet Earth anytime soon. Unless automakers and dealers bring prices back down to reality and lenders extend more sensible terms, few drivers will navigate the carnival ride of a car market unbruised. It's time for an honest conversation about how we can create a more reasonably priced, sustainable car market that actually works for buyers, not just dealers and banks. So, what changes or solutions would make the biggest impact to ease today's driver difficulties once and for all? What ideas do you have for fixing this clown car of a market and bringing an end to today's completely bonkers car market circus? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. I want to hear your best ideas for fixing this funhouse mirror of an auto market, once and for all.